Hi, this is Shirley from Shirley's World Vlog, and I'm waiting for some people to come on here. Uh, this is my Sunday live video. Hopefully somebody will join me, so I'm not talking to myself. I come on every Sunday at 4 o'clock just to let you know what I sold. Hi, Yvonne. Hi. Hi. Okay, here comes everybody. Jane, Jeff, Rosie. Hi. Yeah, thank you all for joining in. You're right on time. Yes, this is my Sunday video that I do live to show you what I sold all week on eBay and Poshmark. Yes. Hoping that Bumblebee can come today. I haven't gotten a note from her, so maybe she'll be here. Karen. Hi, Karen. uh, uh, Yeah, I did sort of an average amount this week, like I've been doing. You sold 4 things. Jane says you sold 4 things all week. I sold I sold 9 things on eBay and 2 things on Poshmark, so 11 things, which is sort of what I've been averaging. I mean, I've had some terrible weeks. And I've had a couple better weeks, but nothing to write home about. Yeah, it's nothing like the fourth quarter used to be. I'm just thinking people aren't buying. Or my daughter thinks it's because they've opened so many thrift shops around. Just by her house, they've opened 2 new big thrift stores. And she thinks people are just going there and getting things, which could be true. And it's better to see things, I guess, that you're buying for yourself to wear than to buy things online uh, and have to wait to see them till they're mailed to you. For sure. Then if they don't fit, you have to send them back. Now, I shouldn't be talking myself out of people buying things online. But there could be people like me that don't want to go out. Well, we had snow last evening, enough like an inch on the deck where I could actually see the snow. By this morning, it was gone, all melted, and it was raining. So we still have no snow here. My kids both they were closer to the lake, closer to Lake Erie. I'm more in the south, well, just by maybe 20 miles further in the south, which keeps me from getting that lake effect snow. And that's what this was, I believe. At least it's coming across the lake. But there's a big band of snow coming from the west, so I don't know. It always says that we are due for snow, but I haven't gotten any yet. I did move my car. Yes, I did move my car from down close to the road where I was keeping it safe from the chipmunks and moved it up into the garage. Now, I said this on my, uh, my packing video yesterday morning. So I'm hoping I did that because, first of all, I can't leave it down there to get snowed on. And if my driveway is covered with snow, I never could get to it I can't walk that well. So I'm afraid to walk in the snow and the ice. So I couldn't get to my car to go anywhere. So I put it in the garage, which is bad enough because my garage is not attached. And I still have to walk across the driveway to get to the garage. But it's closer than way down by the road. So my handyman told me that chipmunks, he heard that chipmunks hibernate. So I'm counting on that. And I haven't seen them around like they were in the summer, in the spring, for sure. And my yard is full of acorns. So full of acorns, I can't even walk in it. But I haven't seen the chipmunks. I've only seen the little red squirrels. I don't know, maybe they don't hibernate like the chipmunks. I'll have to look that up because there's a little red squirrel coming to my window bird feeder a couple times a day. So we'll see how my car does in the garage, whether I have the problem of getting, the chipmunks storing nuts in my fan. Because then I can't run my heater, I can't run my defroster or anything. And it costs a fortune to get it cleared out. So I'm fingers crossed that the little chipmunk's gone to sleep for a while in the winter and is past his storing the nuts thingy. No, he doesn't get, Rosie, he doesn't get his new pup for about 9 or 10 more days yet. He's bringing it on Christmas Eve is when he's bringing it. Believe me, I'll take pictures. Yeah, we're very anxious to see the new puppy. We've seen lots of pictures. The breeder sends all the ones that are getting pups from them. They get pictures once a week, and it's so cute. This little Weimaraner puppy. But they let their pups go at 8 weeks old, which 8 weeks? Maybe it's 10 weeks. 10 weeks old, which is kind of early. The labs, we got one lab from a breeder for my daughter's, a present for my daughter. And they didn't let their pups go till they were 12 weeks old. So I think it's 8 weeks they're getting this puppy. That's kind of early. But I'm sure it'll be fine. The little video of the puppies they're still with the group of puppies, of course. I forget how many they had in the litter, but they're running around now. They let them outside to have a little outdoorsy run. And I am not sure when they stop nursing from the mom. So they're probably 7 weeks old now. I've forgotten about little puppies. I haven't had a little puppy for a long, long time. All my dogs for the last many years have been rescue, and they're all adult dogs. I learned something new when I was putting notes down about these videos I'm going to do in the morning. They're about getting older and things you should do or shouldn't do when you're old, like me. I did learn that when you get old, I mean, this is like in the 70s, 80s, you don't get thirsty anymore. Your sense of thirst goes away. And you can get dehydrated very easily because you never think of drinking water because you're not thirsty. I didn't know that. I hardly ever drink water. So, I'm trying something new. I'm going to try to really concentrate on drinking water. Anything would be better than what I'm doing now. Okay, let me show you what I sold, and then we'll chat afterwards. Like I said, 9 things on eBay and 2 on Poshmark. And I'll share my screen, and then I will come back here. Okay, this is the eBay graft. I just had the last 2 days have been 0 days. That's at the end there. And most of the other days I've had some sort of sales. Only 2 spikes that were above $50. Okay, the first thing is this Banana Republic Mason Chino pants. These are men's pants, size 38, and this beige color, and they sold for $18.74. That was the sale price. I had a 25% off sale going all week on everything in my store. Okay, the next thing is a pair of pants I got at that Fantastic Bins. This is by A New Day, new with tags, and this is a Target brand. Straight leg pants. They have a zipper and a button. They're like dress pants, but they're very, they were sort of crepey, like olive color and elastic on the back, so very comfy. And these sold for $12.74, which was the sale price on those. The next thing is a Jones Sport little denim skirt, sort of right above the knee skirt, size 8. And this sold for $13.49. That was the sale price also. I don't have where any of these went on my little tag here. The next thing is a mint green turtleneck sweater by Ralph Lauren. A heavy turtleneck neck on it. There's a real pretty sweater. Looked almost like brand new. 3/4 sleeves though on a sweater. And this sold for a $16 best offer. Here is another thing I got at the Fantastic Bins. This is by Future Collective. It's a denim sleeveless shirt. It's a not a men's, a women's extra, extra large. Had a pocket and a button down the front, and it sold for $11 best offer. And this was a very surprise sale. This was, I spelled build wrong up here. Build-A-Bear. This is a Build-A-Bear piece of clothing. This was like a little tank top for the bear. Yeah, I've had this, of course, forever. I didn't think I hunted for this for a long time after it sold. I thought I was going to have to tell them I didn't have it, but I finally found it. It's in the closet with all my bears. I have 2 shelves full of bears and stuffed animals, and it was in there under one of the things was sitting on it. I finally found it, and I sold this for a $5 best offer, which I'm very happy just to sell it for anything. And yeah. The next thing is a pair of knit shorts, sort of, jersey. Elastic waist with a cord tie and a size small. And this came from Saks of Fifth Avenue department store. And I sold this for a $9 best offer. So I've had these a while. Here's a little, like a cami top almost. This is sort of semi-sheer, or looks like sheer. Had these Swiss dots on it, and adjustable straps, like spaghetti straps, and this sold for $11.99. And that was the price on it. The next thing, or the last thing on the eBay items was this Talbot's wool blazer. It was all lined inside. It was a Talbot's woman, so it was a size 12W, like a career blazer, 2-button blazer. Very nice. You can imagine what this is in their store, the Talbot store. It sold for $18.74. Okay, this next is a Poshmark sale. This is by Under Armour. It's a 1/4 zip long sleeve men's jersey shirt, and it had a mock neck when you pulled up the zipper. The zipper was this bright, like a chartreuse green, part of the decor of the shirt, I guess. And this sold for $15 on Poshmark, and I made $12.50 net. And the last thing on Poshmark, another thing I don't understand. This was a sweater in this maroon color. This is the front of the sweater with this wide V-neck. It's a size medium. And then the back, let's see if I can get it here. Here, the back is a deep V, and it goes down like a twisty tie at the waist. Now, I don't quite understand, if you're going to wear a sweater, you wouldn't wear this in the summer. Wouldn't you be kind of cold? Can't get this back. Oh, there it is. Anyway, I never thought I'd sell this, to tell you the truth. This is by Love Tree, size medium, and it sold for $16. and I got $12.80 for this. $16. So I say that there. So that is all I sold. I don't know what's wrong with my throat here. Hope I'm not getting a cold. Uh, yeah. So let me show you the numbers on. This is just eBay numbers. From the 23rd to the 29th, I did a total sales gross of $213.24. Selling costs $101.37. I didn't look, but that could be included my store fee. And I made $99.98. Yeah, for those 9 items. Average sale price on eBay was $23.69. So let me stop sharing and come back here. All right, on Poshmark, I grossed $31, a net of $25.30. The average selling price on Poshmark is $15.50. Now, so the total net amount that will be going to my bank account is $125.28. So at least I went over $100. Nothing like I used to do. But anything helps. Nowadays I take, when in the days when I first started selling on eBay, I made a good amount and I was listing all the time now, which I'm not doing now. And I was selling enough to pay board on my 2 horses, which is expensive every month, and for the vet, for my dogs, all the animal stuff. Well, now this barely pays the Chewy's fee for when I order food for my animals, for just my dog and my cat now. Big difference. But yeah, of course I'm running my business a lot differently. I'm not as near as active as I used to be. And things are just different in the world now. Cindy, yeah, a little late, but you can watch the replay for what I sold. Yes, but you're not too late for the chat. Yeah, I was telling everybody I moved my car back into the garage because I don't want it to get snowed on. And my handyman told me that chipmunks hibernate in the winter, so we'll see. I don't know about that. I have to look up that. I have to look that up. I had a very nice Thanksgiving. My kids were here, and my daughter wants to paint also, do the watercolor. She hasn't bought any supplies yet, so we'll see. But she took 3 of my paintings home that she liked, and she's going to get mats for them and put them in a little grouping. Yes, having a garage is wonderful. However, my garage isn't connected to my house because my house was built in 1850. So there was no such thing, it was a barn. And the barn to this house was way off onto the golf course. I remember the barn. It was taken down before we ever moved here. But I know I've seen pictures of it, and my husband, he golfed on this golf course when the barn was still there before we ever moved here. It was a beautiful big old barn, and they had the Amish come and take it down so that they could use the wood, because that wood, of course, is worth a lot. You know, boards back then, there was no such thing as 2x4s. The boards back then were like this, you know, and thick, and all that wood. The Amish came and dismantled the barn, and they probably make furniture and things out of the wood, old barn wood, all kinds of things. I know you can buy doors, like big doors made of old barn wood, all kinds of things they make from it. So my garage is across my driveway. So I still have in the snow and ice in the winter, I still have to manage to somehow get across the driveway to the garage. I have a supply of salt. However, I found that scattering straw sometimes works across. Make myself just a path. That has worked in the past. I don't have any extra gravel. And things you put on top of the snow only last until the next snow. And then it's covered up and gets slippery. So it's a problem. Cat litter. Yes. I should be saving my cat litter. Although I don't want to put dirty cat litter out there. Cat litter is so expensive, but it would work. I think the cat litter that doesn't bunch up into, what do they call that? It doesn't clump. The old-fashioned kind of cat litter. Maybe that's not expensive. I'll have to look into that. Because the kind of salt I like to buy is the kind of salt that doesn't hurt the dog's feet, and that's expensive. It's different than just plain rock salt. So we'll see. This is supposed to be a bad winter. Super cold and lots of snow, which everybody is getting. Everybody but me. Knock on wood. Is getting lots of snow. My kids have 3 or 4 inches. I don't know if they've gotten any more overnight today or not. We had high winds this morning and rain, but now it's just cloudy. So there's the weather report. I know Bumblebee, I had talked to her yesterday, and she said they were expecting a bunch of snow, like 8 to 10. So I don't know if she got it or not. Yes, I did. I have one painting to show you. I've done. I have another one started, but it's not near. It's just sketched. But this is the little fox that I did. Fox in the snow. I had a terrible time getting this fox to not look like he was levitating in the snow. It still sort of looks like that to me. I'm not happy. There's a few things I'm not happy with on this picture. But I wanted to start doing my animals again. So Yeah. Let's see. I should do a raccoon. You know, I painted hundreds of raccoons back when I used to paint all the time. But it was in acrylic paint. It's not watercolor. And watercolor is what I'm doing now because I wanted to learn how to paint in watercolor. Thank you, Jane. I'm enjoying doing it. I got a bigger table. I got a bigger painting table, and it came before Thanksgiving, and so I had my son and my grandson put it together for me. So it's all together, and I'm using it. And I gave the smaller table to my daughter to take home. Yeah. So yes, we had a delicious dinner. My son does the deep boil method, and the turkey was perfect. And we had wonderful sweet potatoes. They had nuts and brown sugar and all kinds of wonderful tastes in them. Of course, stuffing and mashed potatoes you know, and of course, the green beans, the onion and green beans that everybody has to have. Ah, does everybody here have that same dish? We've had it every single Thanksgiving that we've ever had, I think. It's just sort of a thing. Yvonne, you don't have any snow so far? uh, yeah, Rosie, I was always a very realistic painter, but and my animals will still probably be realistic. It's hard for me not to do that. And in watercolor, it's not supposed to sort of be like that. It's supposed to be more fluid, you know, a different look. Oh, you didn't have the green beans this year? Well, good for you. Uh, Angry Otter reacts. Howdy, all you crazy cool kids just popping in to hit that button. Well, thank you. I love your little picture there. Have you been here before? I don't remember that name. Let me know what state you're from so I can write you down. That is so cute. And thank you for hitting the like button. No green beans for you either. Only your mom eats them. Texas. Ah, okay. I'll write you down my big list here. We'll come back for sure. Ah. And Yvonne, you're from Texas too. Okay. Angry Otto, Texas. All righty. Yeah, we have people from all over the United States. I don't have anybody from out of the country tonight, but I've had people from Sweden, from Australia, from England. I've been in the resale community on YouTube daily for the last 7 years. Oh, do you have a, channel? I will look you up for sure. Angry Otter. Angry Otter reacts. No, I don't know. Do you have a channel? I'm going to look you up either way. You deleted your account. Ah, what a cute name. Uh, I probably I've had the same name for 15 years. So when I first started, I didn't even think of getting, anything about a name. I was just Shirley's World. When I did blogging with a B, blogging, and then I just kept the same name and same picture, by the way. So yeah, I never changed it. Yeah, I could have been more gotten a better or catchier name, I think. But it was too late after a while. After you have it a while, then you don't want to change it. That's my cat meowing. And it's nothing near. She doesn't eat till 8 o'clock. She's probably oh, she's way out there. She's asking for a treat, I'm sure. You were Nakoma Fines when I had a large warehouse in San Antonio, then changed to Angry Otter Comics when I moved. Now just reacts. Ah, okay. Those are all pretty neat names. Kitty, you're going to have to wait. Now, my dog, oh, she's in here. My dog's in her bed right there. She never cries for her supper because she's not a good eater. Some days I have to beg her to eat. Now, today she ate pretty well. We'll see how she does with supper. My cat is always hungry. That's how she ended up having diabetes. So now she gets fed at 8 and 8. And she gets little bits of food in between and a treat now and then. But she stands out in the kitchen. She'll stand by the treat drawer and just do this for an hour. Drives me crazy. And she's no skinny mini either. She could stand to lose some weight. She's on 3 units of Vetselin, kitty insulin, and her counts are perfect right now. She just had blood work done. Her sugar's perfect at the moment on 3 units. So that's what she's going to be on for a while. I'd like to get her off of insulin altogether, but I guess she has to come in low a few times and we can start lowering the insulin. But she'll never come in low if she keeps getting treats and things. But I can only stand this meowing so long. Your grandpuppy won't eat stray kibbles. You have to add a spoonful of pumpkin or sweet potato to get her to eat. They get spoiled. I know. Well, my dog was never a good eater ever since I got her from the rescue. And they said that she's just not one of those dogs that are food oriented. I never had a dog that wasn't food oriented. How do you even train a dog that's not food oriented? Now, she was trained when I got her, but yeah, sometimes my dog doesn't want to eat at all, all day. I usually get some of that. I've tried all kinds of dog food. The really real expensive food that comes fresh, like a farmer's dog. She likes it for like 2 weeks, and then she doesn't want it anymore. Then I tried Sundays, very expensive also. She liked it for a while, and then she didn't like it anymore. So she's getting a Kibbles that has a good rating that I can just buy through with Chewies. And I add that Fresh Pet. You can get it in the stores now. It's refrigerated. I get mine at Target when I'm in there. But I think Walmart has it. Different places have it. You do Rachel Ray beef kibbles with a spoonful of mixable stuff. Yeah. Sometimes I'll mix whatever I'm having for dinner in with it. And then she likes that. If you mix real food, what you're eating, that usually makes her eat her dinner. But she's just a problem eater. So I have the dog that won't eat, hardly isn't interested in eating, and then I have the opposite in the cat. Yeah. So my son is going to continue to feed the I don't even remember what kind it was. It's a fresh kibble, some sort of a fresh kibble that the puppies were brought up on after, when they could start eating, and it's what the parents are on. So that's what they've ordered. And they can order it mail order, for it to be delivered. So that's what they're doing. Yes, I'll be anxious to hold a puppy again. I don't know how my dog will react to that. When they bring the puppy, we're going to take both dogs outside to meet. That's always the best way to do it. Not in the house. Don't bring a foreign dog into your dog's habitat. It always ends better that way. But I don't think there'll be any problem. This is a little puppy. But we're going to do it that way anyway. That's how I've always introduced dogs together. Because I've always had 2 dogs. This is the only one that I've had just one dog. I've always, rescued another one. If one would pass on, I'd rescue another one, and I'd have always have 2 dogs. And, of course, a cat. And I had chickens and horses at the time, but no horses anymore, no chickens. Lost my last chicken, a month ago, whenever it was. She died of old age. No more chickens. But I did love having them for years and years. So anybody that's thinking of getting into chickens, it's so much fun. They are a hoot. And once they get to the stage where they can be out in a coop, in a flock, they really aren't much work at all. It's that from chick to pullet that's the work. So that is it for Sunday, what I sold. I'm hoping I have to remember to put my sales back on starting tomorrow. It's Black Friday. I should have a good sale. I should put a really good sale on this next week. Yes, tomorrow's Cyber Monday. I'll be looking around there on Amazon. So thank you all for joining me. And I am going to go call my daughter and maybe my sister tonight. And hopefully I can do a morning video. I say morning video. That's when I do them out in the other room. They have to get edited and then they don't get on in the morning, but they're done in the morning. I mean, I do them in the morning. And they are going to be about talking about aging. So that probably doesn't apply to many of you. But that's what I'm talking about at the moment. They won't all be like that, for sure. Some will be about going out and about. Some will be about walking around this house. All different things. Cooking, although I don't cook very good. Yes, everybody have a wonderful evening. Hope my voice gets better. Yes, I hope I have a better week. It'd be nice to have a really good week. Lots of good weeks coming up, in December. So I will see you all on the next video. Bye. Be good.